Hello, this is Robert Hollis, and this is another segment of Success in Minutes. Now, the one I want to title this is I want to title this show Master Sorting. Now, what I mean by sorting is way, way, way different than sales. And it took me a while to learn this. And before I tell you exactly why you should have the right mindset when you're out there sorting for the right people and the right, team to work with, to really build a large satisfied customer base, a very loyal satisfied customer base, and also find the people that want to replace their income and live the lifestyle that they've always dreamed about. That you got to understand that there's a few people. When I first seen or heard of this industry, I was very, very, very in a bad place. I was not only, financially in a bad place, spiritually in a bad place, so here I am, an auto mechanic, making $900, a month, getting kicked out of my apartment, hiding my car from the repo man. And so you got to understand that I'm always going to give it up all the time. I write about Sean Hannigan in my book, How Is That Working? And one of the things is that this guy had the courage to just sort. He came to me and he very simply said, "Hey, Bobby, listen, have you heard of Amway?" And I go, "No, I haven't heard of Amway." And he says, "Well, it's nothing like Amway and it's legal." And I said, "Sean, I don't know what you're talking about, And he said, "Well, I met this guy and I seen his check. It was attached to the stub. It was $62,000. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know who this guy is. I don't care about his check." The next statement was the key. He said, "Listen, he's expanding this area, and he's looking for individuals to be able to teach exactly what he's doing." Bingo. I then said, "Hey, listen, I'll come pick you up." Now, I want to share that with you because I was at the right place at the right time. I was mentally begging and praying for help. It was definitely an answer to prayers, no doubt. And so I was saying, "Listen, I'm done. I've surrendered, man." And I just said, "I need help." And I looked at Sean's call as an answer to prayer. Now, the one thing I want to share with you about that is once I met my mentor, guess what? I did exactly what I was told. And I listened. I knew I was an auto mechanic. I knew I didn't know this business. But ladies and gentlemen, I was super, super introverted. If you can think of an auto mechanic, think about them. They're not super outgoing people. I had a couple of friends. They were also auto mechanics. And so understand that, I'm getting involved, and he basically says to me, "Robert, listen, you say as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. All you got to do is get people interested and put them in front of an effective presentation." Now, at that time, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, there wasn't any VHS tapes, there wasn't any internet, there wasn't any cell phone. I'm talking 26 years ago. And so now here's a guy that's uncomfortable. I'm not outgoing, and now I got to go out and talk to strangers. Are you kidding me? And so what you got to understand that the reason that we teach you exactly words to say is because they need to be as simple as possible. It needs to be duplicated. And when you talk about master sorting, I learned how to master that. I learned how to say the $1 million question. I learned to be able to ask, "Listen, do you have a minute?" I need an entire minute. And then I was good at edifying and promoting my mentor and getting people in front of him. That was magic. Now, another thing that he said to me that was really good is he said, "Robert, you got to get 2,000 people in front of an effective presentation." Now, effective presentation very simply means is if you get people in front of that presentation and they decide to do the business, that's an effective presentation. But you're going to run into 4 groups of people. One group of people is comfortable. That might be you. You might fit in one of these categories. If you're just comfortable and it's like, I'm busy watching TV. You always find time to do things that you want to, but you're just comfortable. And hey, that's okay. I mean, honestly, that's okay. Then you got another group of people that are people pleasers. All they want to do is they're always worried about, not making someone happy. Well, if you're one of those people, this is going to be a difficult business for you too. Because if people say, "Well, listen, stop bothering with me with that," or, and they're telling you, "Hey, why don't you just, go get a real job? Marketing is not the key." Again, this is going to be difficult for you. But understand that a leopard can change his spots You have the ability to change everything about you. You change your mind, you change you. And a whole different training. But another thing is too, is you also got these people that know it all. There's people right now that are watching this, and there's a saying out there that success leaves clues. And there's people right now that are watching this that know more than me. It's just that they just don't have my lifestyle. You know, you look at their cars, you look at their homes, you look at the lack of friends they have, you look at the no money in savings, you look at their relationships, you look at their spirituality, how much money they give to charity, but yet these people know everything. If you're a kind of person that knows everything, I can't teach you anything, and I wish you luck. But I've gone through life, and we always talk about this with teenagers. Teenagers all of a sudden get at this place in life where they know everything. And if you don't believe them, just ask them. Now, the last group we're looking for is winners. Now, when winners are just really the right people at the right time. And I'm a firm believer in this. I know that other people might say this is not true, but it's always been for me. You find the right person at the right time, and they get in and just go to work, and it's all over. You look like you're a magic person, you know? And so understand that when you're doing this business, you just got to believe that. You don't want to get frustrated. You don't want to get confused. You don't want to think you're doing something wrong. You don't want to change the system. You got to understand that 90% of the people, now some of this might discourage some of you, but guess what? I know it's worth it. Making a couple $1 million a year residual income, it is definitely worth it. So I know that a lot of people that I'm talking to are falling in the wrong category. Plus they're at the wrong place at the wrong time. They just mentally can't do this business. Now they might get in because they can try our system out for free, get in, and start playing with it to see if it works. But a lot of times they're going to get distracted. They're going to believe that they're doing something wrong. They're going to believe what they're doing is not right, and they're going to quit. You cannot, listen to me, you cannot not make it. You will succeed if you don't quit. You just got to master this. Now, when I say master recruiting, listen to this. How long does it take you to get good at what you are right now? Are you good at driving? Are you good at talking? Are you good at walking? How long does it take to get a law degree? How long does it take to get a doctorate degree? What if you were going to be a surgeon or a specialist? See, to master anything, it's worth the time. But you got to put in a little bit of time each and every day. And guess what? That's how you master anything. If you wanted to learn a new language, all you would have to do is learn a word a day. After a full year, guess what? If you practice that, you'd be blown away with how easy you could carry on a conversation. You know, as I said that was a challenge to myself. But understand that you want to master this. Jim Rohn said it best, always. You know, you want to plant seeds every day. Just keep planting seeds. And if you know the parable, that's a very good story, is guess what? As you're planting these seeds, some seeds fall on unfertile ground. Wrong timing, wrong time. Just doesn't work. Some seeds fall on rocks. Guess what? They don't get the right fertilization, the right soil, the right water. They don't grow. Some follow along, you know, some kind of, you know, weeds and stuff and, you know, all kinds of stuff, choke them out. That's usually family and friends. They just choke you out and you die. Some of them, when you cast them out there, the birds get them. And I always love listening to Jim Rohn. He'll always be one of my best mentors and the best business philosopher in the world. His last name is spelled R-O-H-N. In fact, if you go to thankyouJimRohn.com, that's me talking about how incredible. Plus, there's a lot of audios and I believe videos. But if you went to Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, on YouTube, the videos there are just incredible. And he just said, listen, when you want to learn how to work for profits, you want to learn to work for profits instead of a paycheck. And you want to learn to build a satisfied customer base. I'm telling you, you got to learn how to use leverage. Teach other people how to do this. But in this case, you can lead people to our system. We'll teach them, you get paid. So it's just that simple. You want to learn to do this. Be patient with yourself. What if in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, like it takes to get a master's degree, master's in business, instead you're making $1 million a year? Would it be worth it? You know that it would. And so, you know, sometimes the birds get them. So Jim Rohn used to always say, well, listen, you know, I asked that guy to go check out the video. I asked that guy to go show up to a meeting. He didn't show. What happened? The birds got him. It's no big deal. You didn't do anything wrong. You just got to continue. The things that motivate me in closing this video out is I know if other people can do it, so can I. God's not a discerner of persons. So bottom line, if other people can do this, so can you. I know you can do this, but you got to keep yourself motivated. You got to be able to put in the time each and every day. It can be a little bit of time, but with our proven system, just go through the rest of the videos. You know, a part of it is edifying. Make sure that you go through understanding edification, marketing. We have so many videos in there to teach you exactly what to do. If you follow this system, it'll work for you. So there's another segment. Make sure you send this video to everyone you know, and take care, and God bless. I know you can do it. Bye-bye.